As new champions are released every month into Raid Shadow Legends, you expect champions like Foli, who has been in the game since the beginning of time, to be reduced in their value. But no, this champion is still very much useful in 2022, and you find him in end game content, even in Platinum Arena. So I finally was able to come around to building my Foli that I've had for a month or two, sitting right there booked, fully mastered, but I did not build this champion until today. Why? Because a mission required me to reach finally to get to gold 1 in 3v3 arena. I already have Candraphone, who does big nukes. I already had Bigon, who does big nukes. I already had Hondig, who does big nukes. So I was like, do I need a 4th nuker? Yes. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you a champion spotlight. Just see it as a champion spotlight for Foli. I did not take my best gear out of all my other champions to put on this champion. I'm going to show you how I built him to be used in my teams, let's say in a realistic build. Let's call it that, realistic build. So this is not how high damage can my Foli go. If I wanted highest damage in this champion, I would steal gear from every champion and put on him and impress you. But that's not what we're aiming for. I'm building this champion for 3v3 arena because the 1v1 arena is fine. I have damage dealers right there who can do work there. So I'm not building this champion for that purpose. So if you do not know what Foli does, on the A3, that's what I'm going to be using this champion for. On the A3 skill right there, attacks all enemies, decreases the turn meter by 15%, then attacks the target enemy. So enemies killed by this skill cannot be revived. So this champion, that's what it's known for, this nuking ability. Every nuker in Raid Shadow Legends has one skill like this that you want to use at the beginning of the battle. This is his skill right there, the A3. So the main thing that you need to know about this skill is that when it kills an enemy, they cannot be revived. Now, what makes this champion extra useful besides just a skill that can nuke and they cannot be revived is this passive. This makes him extra useful. That's why he's still relevant till today. Is whenever an enemy places stun, freeze, sleep, or provoke on this champion, instantly removes the debuff. So he just cleanses from himself and then heals this champion by 20% of their max HP and then boosts their turn meter by 50%. At the beginning of the battle where everybody is already above 50% turn meter, if you place provoke, fear, sleep, or stun on Foli, you will regret it. I've been facing a lot of Folis in battle in the arena from gold 1 all the way to gold 5 for 1v1 arena to know about this, and I always skip Foli teams, just like I skip Hegemon teams, just like I used to skip Torment teams, right? These are champions where you see them in battle, you're like, do I really want to take this fight? Foli is one of those champions, because if you provoke him, if you sleep him, if you stun him, you will regret it. That's in defense team. So if you have your Foli with you, you know what teams you're supposed to go against. If you see a Molly, if you see a Torment, if you see a Prince Kaima, you know they're going to sleep you, you know they're going to freeze you, you know they're going to provoke you. Take your Foli in there and take down those teams. I'm going to show you in real battles to see if you can find some of those teams to take advantage of their debuff that they're going to put on us. So that's what is known for the 2. Now, if you're a new player to Raid Shadow Legends where you don't have enough resources in terms of gear to make your Foli useful in the arena, you might want to use this champion in the early game. Yes, back in the day, Foli was known as a clan boss champion because of this skill right there. Attacks 4 times at random. Each hit has a 35% chance of placing leech debuff for 2 turns. So he was known for this skill in the clan boss, because when you go to the clan boss and you put Giant Slayer on this champion, it allows him to hit. He just goes in there and keeps hitting the clan boss again and again. So that's what he was known for back in the day. But nobody, I repeat, nobody builds Foli for clan boss anymore. I've not seen one player in Raid throughout this entire year that built Foli for clan boss. Why? Because we have a lot of epics, we have a lot of rares, we have a lot of champions right now in Raid who can do clan boss work, especially the amount of unkillable teams we have out there. So if you're thinking, what should I build my Foli for? Build your Foli as a nuker. Don't build your Foli as a clan boss champion. It's just a waste of his build. Of course, if you have an unkillable team, right, you can always have your Arena Nuker as your clan boss champion also, if you have the right speed on them. On the A1, also attacks one enemy 4 times. That's another reason why there has a 20% chance of placing decreased defense. So this champion just keeps hitting. He's awesome for the Fire Knight because of this amount of hits on an A1 skill. Awesome champion to bring along for the Fire Knight, along with your Cold Hearts maybe, and just take down the Fire Knight shield with these 4 hits. Alright, you've seen his skills. Let's see how I build this champion. Savage. Because an Arena Nuker for the end game needs to be in Savage. If you're a beginner player to raid Shadow Legends, if you can get crew set from the clan boss, if you can get even lifesteal, whatever you can get on him to get into the required stats, it doesn't really matter. So if you're thinking about which is the best set for him, I've seen Folies being built in this set that makes them survive the first nuke. I'm talking about, is it Relentless? No. It's not Stone Skin either. I'm thinking about this set that makes them not die. It's a new set, not Perception, not Resilience. Swift Parry, that's what I'm thinking about. Yes, Folies, I've seen them being built in Swift Parry. All you need is that right attack, that right crit rate, and that right crit damage. This champion does not need accuracy. Even if you saw right there that the A1 and the A2 places decreased defense and places leech, you don't need to build accuracy on this champion. Except you want to build him for the clan buff for some dumb reason. So no, do not build your champion, your Foli with accuracy. But all he needs to do is start his big nukes on the A3 and the passive to make him gain that advantage. So if you have Swiss Parry, build him in that. If you're an early game player, like I said, crew set, attack. If you can get crit damage in there, fine. If you can't, put high as attack as you can on this champion, especially in the early game where you can't even get crit damage, what do you call it, amulets, right? Put attack amulets right there if you don't have crit damage sets right now. So my artifact, I'll show you, I have crit damage on the glove, which is the best thing you always want. You have attack on the chest, best thing you always want. Now you might want attack on the boots, but I didn't want my Foli to be slow. Most players will put attack over here and still have enough speed to take a turn. I was too slow, so I decided to put speed right there instead of attack percentage boots. So on the chest, of course, on the amulet, I went crit damage. If it's going to come up, yes, crit damage. And check out this ring I have so far. This ring I got it today. 3 roll into attack, and it boosted my attack so much right there. I'll show you the total stats. And also, like I said, you don't need accuracy on this champion, so I also went attack over there. Substats, I was looking for crit rate and crit damage on all my substats. You can see from the shield, crit rate, crit damage. Here, crit rate, crit damage. Here, crit rate, crit damage. So I was just looking for those things, and you can see I also looking for speed here and looking for speed here, looking for a little bit no speed here. All right, that's the artifact that made this possible for a total stats of boom 200 speed. Now if I go down to 150, 160, 170 speed, my Foli will have up to 300 crit damage. But because I didn't want to be that slow, that's why you see me with chilling at 265 crit damage, which is totally fine. I'll remind you that my Great Hall is fully maxed for this faction. That's why I see I'm getting extra 10% crit damage right there. No, not from Masteries. No, 25% crit damage right there from my Great Hall. So that's also a boost that is helping me reach this number. So if you can get to 220, 200 crit damage for an early game build, it's fine. For an end game build, people even go as high as 350, 330 crit damage on their Foli. When you have enough crit damage, what else do you look for? Attack. You can see me chilling at 5k attack because of that ring you saw boosting my attack stats and all that. So I went for attack on the ring, attack on the banner, and that's why my attack is that high. So I need a little bit of crit damage from those substats. You can see me getting crit rate rolls everywhere else. All right, I've shown you my build for Foli. This is not my best artifacts on this account. My best artifacts are still on my Candraphone because I need that champion to nuke everything down without decreased defense. So that's my Candraphone build. So compared to Candraphone, who is better Foli, there are 2 different affinities. They perform 2 different roles. But for 3v3, you need those champions to be in all your teams. That's why I'm building both of them without stealing gear from one person giving to the next person. No, I want them to have their gear. And Foli was built with gear I have on my account without stealing from anybody. So I'm proud of this build, at least for a first draft. Now in the next month, 2 months, 3 months, I might get better gear and improved on these stats right now. But for now, it's good. Now that I've shown you my build, let's head over to the Masteries. This Masteries was the default Masteries you normally have for Nukers. You want them to have counter attack right there. Who don't need accuracy, right? They don't need accuracy over there. So now what you should know about this one is you do not need this if you don't have a Prince Kaima. if you do not need this, if you don't have a champion to place freeze, all this stuff, right? I only selected these opportunities because I had a Prince Kaima who can place champions in sleep before Foli goes in for the nuke. So if you don't have Prince Kaima, don't select these opportunities. Rather go for, I don't know, something else that will be beneficial to you. Also, increase damage inflicted by 8%. If you do not have, what's her name? Madame Ceres. Increase damage inflicted by 8% for the first hit on each enemy. If you have somebody who hits the enemies first before Foli goes in, then Foli won't benefit from this. So because I have a Madame Ceres who can, place that decreased defense or strip them without actually hitting them before Foli goes in, that's why I selected Ruthless Ambush. So for the total, the last start right there is Hem Smasher. We've hyped this champion a lot. I've showed you how I built him. Now let's head over to some action. And by action, I mean Classic Arena and 3v3 Arena. Those are the two places I'm going to be showcasing this champion. I'll not waste your time by showing you what Foli can do in Dungeon, what Foli can do in Campaign, what Foli can do in Doom Tower. Yes, he's good in Doom Tower as when you go in as a nuker against some weak teams. But Doom Tower, I won't use him there. I'll just show him what he can do in this type of content. Remember, we're looking for that block revive, and I'll be fighting maybe 4 or 5 teams and see how we do. So I have this team right there, Foli, Molly, to place that provoke. Foli doesn't benefit from that provoke. I usually have a Molly in there in case they are faster than me. When they hit Molly, she can boost my habitat speed. That's why I have it right there, just in case, as a backup if I don't go first. So let's see Foli in action. This team will have increased defense, so I don't expect the highest damage. Increased defense from, what's his name? Seeker. Let's go slow. Okay, now that we've provoked them, we are safe. Let's go slow. I want to see the damage numbers. I didn't really see the damage numbers. That's too fast. Did you see the damage numbers? I think it's about 100k or so, because I've used him before in battle, and his numbers range between 100k to 120k. Those are enough nuke to kill any champion except a high HP champion like what's his name, Miscreated Monster. So that's enough nuke. There's no champion that is built with 120k HP. Now let's go against a team that might be faster than us. 190, but we'll still have our provoke champion in there. Even if I went slow speed, the team was still too fast. Finally able to build this Foli and begin to use him in battle. Now you might want to use a different nuker against other affinities, but in this case, magic affinity works fine against spirit and magic and void. But if you're facing against a force team, you might not want to use Foli. Provoke. See? They were almost faster than me, but no. She froze herself. That means Foli is gonna, go hard on that one. 98k. I saw 98k and so on. So it works. It works. My Foli team works fine. So again, this is not how I intend to use this champion, just for 1v1 arena. That's how I put him in here. Now for a 3v3 arena, I don't want to show that part because it's gonna take too long, and I'm currently trying to push towards getting to gold 1 on that 3v3 arena, so I don't have any battles lined up there. But let's just fight one more team to show you one more battle of Foli and see how good he is at nuking, actually, because that's his job. I don't think there's any other way to build this champion, any other way to use him besides nuking. You might use different sets, different artifact sets, but it's, the aim, the whole goal is to nuke all the enemies one time. Decrease defense, boosts. I'm going to look for a team that maybe can sleep us. 108 was the highest damage I saw over there. Let's look for a team that maybe can sleep us or freeze us or something. If I can find a Tommen. Okay, we have this team right here. She can freeze us, right? So what if I don't go with an Arbiter this time? I want to see that freeze in action. I want to actually be frozen so Foli can go in. So I'll do something as crazy as this. I don't know who is faster, Foli or Candraphone. He might get weak hit on these champions though. Let me just do something crazy because I want to see that freeze in action. I want to actually be frozen by that Shermani or what they call her. I don't know, maybe I'll be nuked before I even take a turn. But I want to be frozen so I can pay them back with Foli's nuke. Maybe even lose this battle and call it a day. Alright, can you freeze me? Alright, please freeze me, please freeze me. Oh, he has decreased attack. He won't land. And that's counter attack. Okay, that's counter attack. Now take a turn. Nah, he didn't take a turn. Come on, Foli. Revived. Too bad. Woo! Yes! Yes!
We'll get them next time.
We almost had them though. We almost had them. What really happened right there? The freeze didn't work the first time. What was the second thing that happened? I don't know what happened that made him get angry and take a turn finally. Because I think he didn't go in with that A3. I didn't set my Foli to go in with the A3, or he didn't get a chance to take his turn. Anyways, that's how it works. If your enemies freeze you, they will regret it. I'm looking for one other team that can maybe stun. I think I'll be faster than this team. Or let me go against this other last team that has a torment that will freeze me. I usually go against a torment with this team, but right now I can go against a torment with this team instead. And hopefully my arbiter will get us frozen and we can retaliate with Foli. I almost had that team down. So again, whenever you see freeze teams, stun teams, make sure your Foli is in there and make them regret. So even if you don't get the first stun, so I guess Foli could be used in a go second team if you can keep him alive with an Osoga or something. I like to use Candraphone in a go second team instead. There you go. I didn't take a look whether he was frozen or something. What made him take a turn? I think he was frozen. And down, now it's our turn to go. Why I prefer my... It doesn't happen every turn though, because he already used that skill, right? So he couldn't go again. Come on, Foli. You're getting frozen twice and you're not doing anything about it. Is there a cooldown on that number of times you can be frozen? I thought there was no cooldown on that. He's gonna take an extra turn. I knew it. Damn Rotos. I keep getting frozen. Alright, who are we killing? Let's take on this one. Ah, shit. Abita is about to die. Extra turn. Can we still win this one? A3 is not available. Come on. But I'll still kill her first, so she doesn't do any revives. No. We lost this one. So I guess my plan didn't work out fine. Let me quickly see how often does this... Is there a cooldown on that skill? On that passive, I mean, how often he can be frozen or keep himself alive. Scroll. Prince Kaima. Is there a cooldown right there? Yes, there's a cooldown. So that's why it's not happening every time. So maybe it happened once, and then if he gets frozen again and again, he won't really take a turn. So that's why he was being frozen. After the first time, he didn't nuke them all down. So take note of that. There's a cooldown. The first time if they freeze you, you can revenge. But the second time if they freeze you, the third time if they freeze you, you might not be able to revenge and kill them for freezing you. So I think it takes effect only on the first time. So Foli is still new to me. That's why I decided to try him out in this first champion spotlight for my Foli, so you see how I built him, how I intend to use him, and how he works in battle. Hopefully this video helps you build your Foli also, and using in 1v1 arena and 3v3 arena. Those are the only two places I will be using it, or maybe in Doom Tower, so you can do big nukes like this. Prince Kama didn't even get to sleep us. I was looking if they will be faster than me and sleep us, but that did not happen. As long as this Skull Crown does not kill us, and we are done. All right, that's the Foli showcase for tonight. You guys drop a like in this video. Ask any questions you have below in the comments about Foli builds, and if you have any other questions or screenshots you want to share, join the Discord and ask questions there. Share your champion roster there also, so we can suggest teams for you. All right, that's all I have. I'll be learning more about this champion, and maybe in the future I'll learn about other places to use him, but for now I'm gonna be using him in just 1v1 arena and 3v3 arena when the battle requires me to bring somebody like him for a block revive. You can see me taking my Lydia out of the battle because Foli is right there to block the revive. I don't need Lydia. I see some people use him in Ice Golem and all that, but hey, let's use him for where he's built and meant to be used for. And hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Let me know how you built your Foli. I want to see other alternate ways that I could improve on this build. Always looking forward to corrections in the comments below. Good night, guys.